The latest round of the Mini Rally Challenge would see our crews take on the challenging stages of the Gareth Hall Memorial Rally, and taking an early lead in the R53 Supercharged category, and indeed the results sheets overall will be Jacob Neal and Russell Thompson. The team back together for this round, and things going well for the pair early on. Second place had belonged to Gordon Davies and Jack Morris in the early stages of the event, but an incident on stage 4 would see them drop out of that position and into 7th on the overall leaderboard for now. So that meant that second, by the midpoint in the event, would now be in the hands of David Ellis and Dewey Evans, newcomers to the championship this season, and they were certainly showing their pace. That said, they hadn't been in that position all morning though. In fact, they were pushed out of second for a couple of stages by John Day and Gareth Humphreys, last year's champion driver, taking to the passenger seat this time out, ending the morning third. Guy Butler, meanwhile, would have daughter Florence in the car this weekend. She was taking time out of a full championship campaign to concentrate on some gravel rounds, getting ready for the Roger Albert Clark. For now, the pair were in 4th. And for Robert Fisher and Charlotte Wainwright, it was 5th place in the R53 class for now. They were actually on an equal time overall to Butler and had been a place ahead on the previous stage. Rounding out the R53 positions in the morning were Andrew and Dylan Davies in 6th place overall in the R53 category by the end of 6 stages. There was frustration though for George Clark, with Owen Kewell alongside, Owen co-driving while he rebuilds his own car. They'd retire with engine failure after the first stage. In the R50 class for normally aspirated Mini Coopers, it was a slightly slower start than Josh and Jonathan Harris would have wanted. They'd be in 2nd place to start with, but then a build-in pace over the morning stages would see the Rally Car Hire competition winner taking the lead. And that lead will be over Paul Green and Christian Brown, who had led the class up to stage 4, dropping back to 2nd place. There was, however, only a single second in this battle. John Barker and Connor Neal will be having a good, clean run, ending the morning in 3rd place in the R50 Cruise. A little further back, though, with a minute and a half to 2nd place now. There'd be worse luck, though, for Kevin and Tana Ablett. They go off on the first stage, ending up with a maximum time on the score sheets, dropping them down to 4th in the class. So with the morning complete is the lead in the event and in the R53 class for Jacob Neal and Russell Thompson, while Josh and Jonathan Harris lead the way in the R50s. On to the afternoon stages, and there'd be no change for Kevin and Tana Ablett in the R50 class. They put in some good times, keeping a good pace on the stages, but there was nothing they could do to claim back the time lost in the morning, ending the event 4th in the R50 class. It would be a good run, though, to take 3rd place in the R50s for John Barker and Connor Neal. A good end to this round of the championship for the pair. A bent rear wishbone would cause Josh and Jonathan Harris some worry on stage 8. Luckily, they get back to service and get the car sorted, making it out just in time for stage 9. They would, unfortunately, though, slip down to 2nd place after being dead level on times in the lead going into the last few stages of the day. But all of that means taking the win in the R50 category this weekend was Paul Green and Christian Brown, taking back that number 1 spot that they'd held for the morning stages and taking the maximum R50 points from this round.
Paul, Christian, a fantastic result, taking home 1st in the R50s today.
Yeah, really, really pleased. It's, you know, you come to the rally, 22 stage miles, 2 mile stages, and you think, I'm not sure. But honestly, this is a challenging rally.
Yeah.
Pack a lot into a couple of miles, I tell you. And we really did go well right from the start. You know, it was not made any mistakes, and you know, just felt confident with Christian's calls. and that makes a big difference. So thanks to him as well, because he's played a blinder today. He's been before. It makes a big difference when you got somebody sitting next to you. You
get that feeling that this is a place where you need to know where you're going, and there's only 3 roads, but it's important. So Christian, take us through. These roads are quite daunting, aren't they?
Well, I mean, I think the best preparation you can do for this rally is looking at onboards from previous years. I mean, it's the best way of looking at the stages and getting an idea of what you're up against. So, and we did a lot of that last night, didn't we? I mean, we really did sit there and look through as much footage as we could, and I think that was really what gave us the edge on stage 1. So I think we were about 7 seconds ahead on the next R50. So that really helped a lot. Just great preparation yesterday.
Fantastic stuff. Well, the hard work has paid off. Congratulations, first in the R50s. Well done, guys.
Cheers, thanks very much.
Onto the R53 class to round things up, and there had been a bit of a shake-up in the results. 7th place at the end of the rally going to Andrew and Dylan Davies. They slipped down a position in the afternoon stages. That means a place gain for Gordon Davies and Jack Morris. They'd been tied on times after stage 7, but would gain a few seconds a stage in the afternoon to take 6th. Rob Fisher and Charlotte Wainwright have a bit of a scare doing a full high-speed spin on the stage in the afternoon. Thankfully for them, it didn't change their position overall, counting their lucky stars as they end the event in 5th. And it had been a good weekend for Guy Butler, Florence Butler alongside. They have a good clean run to take 4th overall in the R53 class. John Day and Gareth Humphreys were clearly trying in the afternoon, sliding wide on this corner and briefly ending up through the tyres and onto the grass. They didn't lose a position though, believe it or not, settling for 3rd place this weekend. David Ellis and Dewey Evans would almost suffer a similar incident, just managing to catch the lockup before they went onto the grass. They would put in times good enough for 2nd place in the class and overall by the end of the day. But all of that, of course, means that taking victory would be Jacob Neal and Russell Thompson. They'd kept their nose clean. It hadn't looked like being in doubt all day. But even with dominance on the stage wins, it would still be just 47 seconds, the margin by the finish. So before we chat to our crews here in the Mini Rally Challenge, here's a quick look at how the final results were decided in the R50 and R53 categories here on the Gareth Hall Memorial Rally 2026.
Jacob, Russ, that's the way to round up a fantastic day here on the Gareth Hall Memorial Stages Rally, isn't it? A win?
It absolutely is. It couldn't have been any better. It was a brilliant day, start from finish. I mean, what more can you ask for? It's great.
It looked like you were pushing quite hard to start with and then sort of eased off a little bit when the pressure wasn't quite on you anymore.
So last 2 years I've always struggled with pace in the morning, being a little bit off. So this year I've been trying to work on out of the gate speed, and it seemed to pay off today. So it's good. Good bit of learning, good bit of development. Happy.
Russ, I'll bring you in. What's it like sitting in the car with this man?
Mental. He's a nutter. He's a real nutter sometimes. But no, it was all right. The morning was quick. Afternoon, sort of the midday, we sort of backed off a bit neater, and then this afternoon, I don't know what got into him, but taking crests just flat, and it's like mental, absolutely mental.
But the grip levels have been there, haven't they? With the warm weather today, it's been great for the tyres, and the competition's been good.
Yes, I mean, we have had a bit of medium speed and high speed understeer, but it's been consistent. So drive through it, but honestly, grip conditions, everything's been perfect. I mean, the weather's been great, so...
Yeah, it's a fantastic venue here up at Trustfin.
Really, really great.
Well done. First place in the R53s. Thank you very much. Well done.
Thanks. Cheers,
Thank you,
Jack.
guys.